What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation, and welcome to today's video where we are talking about selling my cars to survive the recession. But with the bad news, I've got good news. And really, it's not bad news because you got to keep things in perspective. Every day that you can wake up and participate is a good day. You know what I'm saying? You got an opportunity to make things better for yourself and those around you. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the real deal on the cars that I sold for my channel because several reasons. One of them being a recession for, at least for me. You guys might not be in a recession, but I'm in a recession right now from a revenue perspective. Revenue is not what it was this time last year. So anytime that happens, I aggressively make adjustments. So that's going to be one of the themes of today's video, because I want you guys to learn on this channel. Yeah, I share the cars. Yes, I share some of the real estate stuff, but more importantly, I want to share the knowledge that it takes to acquire the cars. Like, for those of you guys that are just tuning into this channel or are not familiar, this is a car channel. So I have some really cool cars like Lamborghini Revuelto, Porsche 911 GT3, Huracan Technica, Ferrari F8. Got a bunch of cool cars. But I sometimes sell some of the cars. And this is a normal thing for me to do, but the reason why I sell some of the cars is there's different reasons every time, and sometimes business can be on the up and up, things can be going well, and I might sell a car for one reason or another. I want to get something different or whatever. But in this case, I am not happy with my my current sales that I'm doing, my sales volume for my business. So just like I reward myself for doing well, and I might buy a toy or do a vacation or whatever, spend some money on something stupid maybe, that's how I reward myself when things are going well. But when things are not hitting the numbers from a sales perspective or a revenue perspective, then I adjust. I don't want to say I penalize myself, because the reason why things are not going so well, I don't think is really my fault. But you got to prepare for these things. And when these things happen, you have to make adjustments. So right now we're making the adjustment. So I know this video is not going to get a ton of views because of the topic, and the thumbnail is just going to be me and my face because I don't have a pretty car to put on the thumbnail. But for those of you guys that tune in, you're in for a treat, because I'm going to give you guys the real behind the scenes, the real deal. So let's jump right into it. Starting off with the cars that I'm selling on the channel. That's the sort of the bad news for some of you guys that are going to be that maybe like these cars or whatever. But then I got some good news, and I'm going to tell you the cars that we're bringing to the channel. But I'm gonna break down the adjustments I'm making to get over this little hump, and why we're doing these things. All right, so let's get right into it. Number one, the number one car on the chopping block on the channel that I actually have sold already. Big shout out to Steve, who actually helped me sell it, and Midwestern Auto Group. But the most expensive car on my channel is a Lamborghini Revuelto 2025. And that car was kind of a thorn in my side, because from the very beginning, yes, the car is beautiful. Yes, the car is nice. But from the very beginning, we kind of started off on the wrong foot with that car, because it came in way over budget, 2 times over budget. The first time it came in over budget was my estimate for the base car. Like, this is not a SV Revuelto or a special version of the Revuelto. This is the base model Revuelto. And I had a Lamborghini Aventador SV that I sold to get the Revuelto. And I'm thinking my special edition of the Aventador should be more expensive than the base version of the next iteration of the car. So I assumed that the new Revuelto was going to be less than my Aventador SV, which would put it in the 500K range, 500 to 550K range. And I was wrong. When that car came out, the base price of the Revuelto was $600,000, right? And okay, so I was a little disappointed with that, but I had already put in a deposit. I had already put my name on the list so I could get an early version of the car. I said, okay, cool, everything's going well with my business. I'll go ahead and go through with the purchase at 600K. But then I put the options on the car and it came out to like 660. That was for a 2024 Lamborghini Revuelto. But by the time my car came, it was a 2025. So they had a price increase and some mandatory options that put my Revuelto up to $704,000, which is just, for me, I know some of you guys will criticize me maybe because maybe you think I have more money than I actually have, or maybe you just don't like me, whatever. Criticize me all you want, but $700,000 for me, I just think that's too much for a car. Now, I still bought the car. I committed to it. I kept my word with the dealership, kept my word with my audience here on YouTube, and I bought the Lamborghini Revuelto. But it was kind of, like I said, it was a thorn in my side because I had a car payment that was really high. I was paying a lot of interest on that loan. And I don't know. I just don't think, I don't know. I'm just not balling out of control like that where I can comfortably buy a $700,000 car and drive it like I want to drive it and be chilling. Like, no, I'm not there. I'm sorry, but I'm not there where I can be comfortable with that. And even if I was, like, let's say my net worth was 3 times what it is, even if it was like that, I don't know. $700,000. I love cars, but I don't know if I like cars that much for 700 for me to be cool with just 700K. I'm sorry. Now I know I spent 500 on the SV and 300 on the F8 and stuff like that, and 400 or whatever. I have done that and felt a little more comfortable with that, but that Revuelto costs more than my primary residence and more than my new home that I'm just leaving in Florida. And I'll give you guys an update on the new home in Florida as well, so stay tuned for that. So with all these factors in consideration, and then on top of that, this year revenue is down, my sales are down for my main business, and I'm not cool with that. So I decided to sell the Revuelto, and it's actually sold already. I'll do a different video, and I'm going to combine the bad news with the good news in the next video. You guys might see some cool scenery behind me. I'm in my truck driving back to Ohio. But I may do a cool video where we pick up the replacement vehicle for the Revuelto. And this is the good news. I have a Corvette Z. Bleep bleep. I'm not going to tell y'all which version of the Corvette Z we got. But it's one of those. It's either a ZR1X, a ZR1, or a Z06. So you guys stay tuned, but we're going to save a lot of money compared to that Revuelto. Check out this, I don't know if, you guys can't see this view, because this is going to be a one-take video, so sorry. Maybe you can see it right there. I'm on the bridge in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm on this bridge on 295 North, and I'm headed home. All right, so that's number one car. All right, let's get to the next car that I'm selling. Some of you guys might be upset with me, but I have good news. I always bring some good news with the bad news. The second car I'm selling on the channel was a Porsche 911 GTS. I'm sorry, I know you guys, some of you guys, that car was getting a lot of views on my channel, but like I said, we got this Corvette Z coming. I'm not gonna say which Z, I'm just gonna let it be a surprise. So we got some cool content coming, and I'm keeping my Porsche 911 GT3, and we got some good content coming with that. But for some reason, I don't understand it, but the GTS is getting more views than the GT3. But most people said I should keep the GT3, and I agree. The GT3, from a driving experience perspective, is more my style of a car. The GTS is a little bit more of the car for someone that doesn't like to be as rowdy on the road. And the GT3 is a way more rowdy car than the GTS. GTS is like, you know, you can come home from work in a suit and drive the GTS. It's a little more tame. It is fast. I think it's faster than the GT3. But the GT3 is just way more fun. I mean, and the sound. I'm big on sound with a car. I like a car to sound good. Oh, and wait till you hear the exhaust I'm gonna put on that ZR1X or whatever it is. Wait till you hear the exhaust I'm gonna put on that thing, man. It's gonna be sick. Trust me. And nobody has the exhaust. Nobody. It's like somebody just invented this exhaust. I heard it. Shout out to Baby Hamza. I heard the exhaust, and I was like, yeah, we got to do that. We got to do that. So anyway, bad news, selling the GTS. Good news, keeping the GT3, and we're bringing the Corvette Z to the channel. All right. So now, why am I selling the GTS as well as the Revuelto? Well, if you add those two cars up, the GTS I actually had paid off. You add that up and you add the Revuelto in there, that's just a lot of money on the books for things not to be going as I am happy with my revenue coming in. So I'll be getting those two cars off the books. I'll get all the money back for the GTS, a big chunk of money back from the Revuelto, and reinvest that money. So what do we do when we're trying to to survive a recession in revenue? I'm gonna just call it a recession in revenue. Recession in the economy and stuff, that's debatable. I don't know. Somebody drop me a comment on the true definition of what the economy needs to look like for it to be a true recession, but somebody could comment on that. But I'm definitely having a recession in my income, so I gotta make adjustments. So here's how you do it. Now this is gonna be a learning lesson for all the young folks out there and all of the older folks out there. Maybe you're like me, where you didn't grow up with money, so you had to learn this stuff the hard way. As I started getting more money, I started learning how to manage the money. And the lesson and the how-to of this is always, when you're with your finances, good or bad, always get ahead of the curve, so that if revenue is not what you want it to be, if the money's not coming in how you want, whether it's from your job, for your business, or whatever, if it's not coming in how you want, tighten up your finances, tighten up and minimize your ongoing expenses and your cash outlay every month. When I say tighten up, what I mean is cut it down. Cut down all of the stuff that you're paying for on a monthly basis that you don't need. That's number one. So cut your monthly expenses down. So you might have to sell a car. You might have to, I don't know what people spend money on. I don't spend money on much other than cars but you might have to, if you got some extra bills for, I don't know, watching the Netflix, or there's probably some stuff that's bigger than that, you know, that you can cut out. Most of my big expenses are either cars or business expenses. Like, unfortunately, I had to let go of 3 or actually 4 employees over the last few months. It wasn't like all at once, and I took care of them. Like, I paid them and stuff when they left, but I had to let go. Those are my biggest expenses, like business expenses, like employees, or I pay a lot for services that I use to do business, like email service providers. Like, I use a email technology app, something called Eye Contact. It's an email sending service because I have a really big email list for my main business, and that thing cost me like over $1,000 a month.
In 1 mile,
right?
Use the right lane to exit right
And
to exit 35.
It's really good
I-95,
and convenient,
Savannah.
but I don't have to have it. I could use my own service to send out the email. I've done that in the past, and you know, there's a lot of things I can do to cut costs with business. I also have like a lead gen service. When people come to my website, it helps convert them into leads, and I can contact them and see what's up and do business with them, stuff like that. So there's different things, and that thing cost me like over $1,000 a month or whatever. So most of my expenses are related to my business, but your expenses might be, you know, you might spend money on travel a lot for fun, or you might, and I actually, that's another thing I do spend money on travel, but sometimes I can't really avoid that. But you got to figure out what those expenses are, and you got to cut them if they're not necessary for you to continue to do your thing and make money and generate revenue. Number 2, though, is
exit 35. I-95,
you get your expenses down, right?
Savannah.
Next thing is you might have to sell some stuff to get your money back so that you can reinvest in yourself or reinvest in your business or whatever you have going on, or just hold it to save it for when you really might need it, which is part of what I'm doing with selling the cars, because I'm going to get some money back, and I'm gonna hold on to it, like looking for the next opportunity that pops up to take advantage of, whether that's an investment, a new property, whether that is investing in, like, I go to a lot of conferences to generate business as well. I just came from a conference, so that I reinvest. So you may have to sell something like a car, or you know, something of value, do a garage sale or something like that. Get rid of some stuff to get some revenue back in your pocket, or some money back in your pocket, so that you can weather whatever the storm is and invest in whatever opportunities pop up. All right. So those are the 2 main things you need to do to survive any storm and then thrive. And then you need to start, once you get that, the main thing though, you got to get that monthly income down so that you can buy yourself some time and like sell some stuff, get some money back in your accounts or whatever, replenish, so that you can have some time to retool. Like, you're buying yourself time. Sorry, I'm driving at the same time. You can retool. Somebody rolled up on me real crazy. But basically, you could buy yourself some time to retool, to do whatever it is you're going to do next to thrive. Like, first you survive, then you thrive, right? So that's step 1 I was telling you guys was the survival step. The thrive step is, okay, now we're cool. We're not spending all that money every month. Now we got some money in the bank. We can look at doing some different things. You might invest in some courses. You might invest in some education. You might retool yourself. Or you might invest in going to some conferences to generate more business. If you're a business person, you might take some time to look at a new job or a new career to increase your revenue, or replace whatever revenue is down, right? But you look at the current scenario and you figure out where the opportunities are, and then you use that time and whatever money you got from that step 1, that first phase I was telling you about, you use that to go into the next phase. All right. So remember, every day is a blessing where you can get up. You got your health. Your health is your real wealth, right? So you wake up and you're healthy. Your brain is working. Don't pollute your brain. Like, this is like a huge message. Do not pollute your brain, because you need your brain. Like, a lot of people take their brain for granted, and they do things like drugs or whatever that can affect their brain, and you're gonna be affecting your pockets, and you're gonna be affecting your living scenario. So I don't know. That's my belief, to stay clear-minded, stay away from drugs, stay away from bad habits and wasting time. And first you survive, then you thrive, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the real deal with this channel. What's really going on? I sold some cars for my step 1 and step 2 that I explained earlier, And now we're going into step 3, which is we're looking for the opportunity to thrive. Right now, as we got done with the survive, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like that dire for me. Like I still have like a bunch of stupid cars or whatever. But I don't love the cars. Like I love them like hypothetically or I forget the word I'm looking for. But I'm not attached to any material things. So I guess that's one of the benefits of growing up poor, where you don't have anything. You get used to it, and you get happy from the things that money can't buy, right? So I grew up like that. So the cars are fun and they're toys, but I mean, more importantly, is having your health and having good people around you and your friends and stuff like that. That's more important. So I'll sell all the cars if I had to, but we still got some cars to play with on the channel. Still got some cars coming. And last but not least, that Temerario is coming to the channel. Now, if they do me like if Lamborghini does me like they did with the Revuelto and the price increases and all that, if that Temerario has like a big tariff on it, nah, man, we're not playing that. We're not pay that. We're not pay that. You know, I'm not doing that, bro. They put a big tariff on that Temerario, you can consider that done. Because I've seen some of the tariffs on some of these cars, man, that are coming in. I'm not doing that, bro. Sorry. So hopefully the tariff war is over by the time the Temerario comes in 2026, or else we're just gonna have to stick with American cars or something. But anyway, drop me a comment, man. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Just keeping it real. I want to show you guys what I'm doing so that hopefully somebody can learn something from this. If one day you have to go through this, hopefully, you know, you're always on the up and up. But I mean, that's not realistic. We're going to have good years and we're going to have bad years. And in those bad years, you got to know what to do, especially if you've been living good leading up to those bad years. Now, like I said, I had the advantage of financially having a whole lot of bad years before I actually got some good years. So I know how to deal with the bad years from the way I kind of grew up, not having money and stuff. But I'm also paranoid of being broke. So I'm real aggressive, you know, with my finances to make sure I'm good. And I'm not wasting money, especially when the money's not coming in, you know, as much as it was. So making some adjustments, trying to show you guys how to go through it, weather it, stay positive, and keep fighting, keep swinging, you know what I'm saying? And keep looking for that home run. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to share the good news as well as some of the tough news, you know, because we keep it real around here. All right, love you guys. Drop me a comment, man. That's how you guys can show me love. I'm not asking nobody to buy no courses. I'm not asking nobody to buy a darn thing. But I am asking you to drop me a comment. All right, love you guys. Peace.